Intros are for rich people. I don't do them. Got some Giants fans in my life. They ain't looking too hot. They're worried. They're upset. But it's okay. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to break down how the Giants have a playoff team and how they can exceed in the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. We're going to break down the coaching, the players, the schedule, and some scenarios that the Giants may come into that they need to ensure go their way so they can get to and exceed in the playoff. Oh, let's see. I'm old school. I wrote everything down. Before we get into this video is brought to you by Taco Bell. It's not sponsored by Taco Bell, but I live near a Taco Bell. Let's start with the coaching. Brian Daboll is a playoff caliber coach. He got to the playoffs. He got to the playoffs with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, the dude on the Colts. He's a good coach. And beat the Vikings in the playoffs. Fortunately, it's been a while, and the ownership and the fans are getting kind of PO'd about it. So now he's playing for his job. What did I write down? Hold on. When I was researching this, thought came to mind, I wrote it down. Defense wins championships, offense sells tickets. Tickets being sold prevents coaches from being fired. That's it. You got a good defense, but now you have to have a good offense or else you're out of there. His seat is probably one of the hottest in the league right now. So he needs to identify the starters and get them producing excitingly. Y'all got some playmakers, but you need to get the ball in their hands to ensure they put out for the fan base and the ownership. All right. Let's get started with the offense, and we'll go ahead with the quarterbacks. A huge conundrum in the quarterback room is putting it lightly. Jameis Winston.
The horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord.
Russell Wilson.
Be careful, though. It's spicy.
Jackson Dart.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah. No, I want to hear the snap count.
Yeah.
And future UFL MVP, Tommy DeVito. Sorry, buddy.
It's a fundamental lack of respect, and I'm never gonna fucking forget it.
Personally, if it's me, I'm giving the nod to Jameis. Even though I know Russ has been identified as the starter going into training camp and the preseason, I think the motivational boost Jameis provides for an organization will elevate the players. I mean, would you rather have Russ doing, or would you rather go to war with this dude?
The message is simple. Be obsessed with your opportunity.
With this dude.
When I say one more down, then y'all say we ready, all right? When I say one more down, then y'all say we ready, all right?
With this dude.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow, to be in true football weather in Cleveland, Ohio, at Huntington Bank Field today to give him the glory. It's a beautiful day.
If I'm picking based off aura alone, we standing on Russ. We looking up at Jameis, you feel me? All right. That was goofy as hell. I think Jameis, he's more charismatic. He's 5 years younger. He's got a cannon of an arm. He can feed Malik Neighbors as many 70-yard bombs as that dude can catch. And that's how you're going to win games. And that's how you're going to get clicks on YouTube highlights. And that's how you're going to get people tuning in on Sundays to watch the Giants. When it comes to stats, it's Russell Wilson, 11 games played, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for just over 2,400 yards, right? Jameis was looking like he was on course for another 30 for 30. But if y'all remember, 30 for 30 was hype. Jameis played 12 games, 7 starts, 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 2,100 yards. You got to decide if the stat boost is worth the morale drop when you're picking Russ. Personally, I think if Jameis is the starter, he's not going to be forced into games where he's behind. He started 5 games behind with Cleveland last year, which is why he's threw so many picks. If he starts off well, he'll end well. All right, let's get on to the running backs. The Giants have running backs. Okay, you got Devin Singletary, Tyrone Tracy is the main two. Let's break down the stats, see how they did. Motor, 433 for 4 touchdowns. Tracy, 839 for 5. 1,276 yards for 9 combined. Okay, here. Tracy is proven to have potential, but that dude, he had both of them beat by week 12. 11 games played. But that's done. That's past history. We ain't gonna dwell on that no more. Y'all drafted Cam Skattebo, the phenom, with the 4th round pick. If he can replicate any of his intensity in the NFL, y'all just replace Saquon. Don't worry about it. It went out in the wash. You got the new blood in now. So yeah, you can use Motor, you can use Tracy, but if Skattebo breaks out, the defense is going to start respecting your run game to allow whoever's the quarterback more time to get the ball to Malik Neighbors, to get the ball to Wandale, to get the ball to Big Pay Slayton. On to the receivers. Malik Neighbors, rookie phenom, 1,200 yards off 109 catches and 7 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson, 699 yards off of 93 catches. If you do the math, Malik Neighbors caught 16 more catches, but 500 more yards. That production is insane. His route running is insane.
So Booth, 25, is in for him. He gives him a little double move. Talked about Dable being aggressive.
His hands are insane.
Block to Neighbors. Just look at everything about him, the speed he's going up against.
His footwork is crazy.
Right before.
Now watch the hand when the second foot comes down.
If 1 million people love Malik Neighbors, I'm one of them. If only one person loves Malik Neighbors, that person is me. And if no one loves Malik Neighbors, then you know I am dead. Also signed Darius Slayton to a 3-year deal. He didn't produce too much last year, but y'all believe in him. Personally, I think there's a hole in your wide receiver room. Amari Cooper ain't been signed as I'm making this video. Go sign Amari Cooper, veteran presence. He's still got good hands. If you saw him with Buffalo, he did fine. Tighten up that wide receiver room. I'm gonna read off some names and tell me if they sound made up or not. Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger,
Ron,
and Chris Manhertz. No, they're real.
son of a bitch.
This is the one position I think y'all gotta find somewhere to trade for. If Colston Loveland does good in Chicago, call them about Cole Kmet. Call the Raiders about Michael Mayer. Call Buffalo about Dawson Knox. You gotta get a playmaker as a tight end. Someone that the defense respects, because they're not respecting the tight end room right now. You can have as many blocking tight ends as you want, but if you don't got the running backs to make them respect it, then you just got an extra lineman that can't do nothing. Get you a tight end, figure out some way to trade with somebody for one, because there are people that will trade with you. Y'all have the capital. All right, let's get on to the O-line. All right, on to the defense. I'm just gonna group all the corners, the safeties, the coverage linebackers, into one group right now. They're nothing special, unfortunately. Their entire job is to buy time for the defensive line to get sacks, pressure the quarterback, so the defensive line can stop runs. Y'all got some holes to fill in the cornerback room. I would probably call Miami. Y'all already did a deal with Javon Holland. Call Miami about Jalen Ramsey. If he's a veteran presence, he's still good, because Paulson and Debo, respect to the brother, ain't gonna be holding an entire team's wide receiving core hostage, if you know what I'm saying. But if we get on to the defensive line, the Giants' defensive line, if you account for age, if you account for production, if you account for potential, it's probably the best defensive line in the league. Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle in the league. He getting paid like it too. He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. He's going nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere.
Brian Burns, the dog y'all got from Carolina, he is still him and will always be him until he retires. Kayvon Thibodeau, kind of the odd man out. He ain't bad. He just got to produce a little more. And then Abdul Carter, who is a demon from Penn State. Can't pick a number though. I saw he rolling with 51 after he pissed off Phil Simms and pissed off LT. Personally, make 51 your training camp number. Pick your own number. Pick a weird number. Tell you what, let's see just what it might look like on the dude through the power of editing and
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I was able to go in and give him some super goofy numbers. 37, 46. And my personal favorite, and honestly the one I would pick if I were Abdul Carter, 77. Ain't no one in the league wears 77 except for backup O-linemen. You know, if you see a kid wearing a 77, that has to be Abdul Carter, no matter what team it is. If I look into a crowd and I see a 12, white jersey with a 12 on it, that could be Tom Brady, that could be Andrew Luck. If I look into a crowd and see a 77 6 years from now, I know it's Abdul Carter. This ain't no one picking that. Get 77 retired up in the rafters, up there with a couple Lombardis maybe, and make your own legacy. That's all it is. Kickers, Money Graham Gano, he good. Y'all got the UFL if you need to get someone up from the AA team. Come kick for you if he becomes a problem. I wouldn't worry about kickers too much. Let's break down the schedule. What would you say the most important games are? Week 1 against the Commanders, set the tone. Hell, week 18 against the Cowboys, finish the season strong. Maybe it's an out-of-conference game you want to steal against the Broncos. You don't want to get whooped by the Chiefs in prime time, week 3. If I had to pick a series of games that is the most important, it's your preseason games. You got 3 quarterbacks you're trying to figure out who needs to get the start. You got 3 preseason games. Give Jameis one, give Russ one, give Dart one, and then cycle through your 4th, 5th string maybes every now and then. You're going to find your answers, but these 3 preseason games are where you're going to do it. The 3 preseason games are how the rest of this season is going to play out. You only got 3 primetime games. Week 3 against the Chiefs at the Chiefs. Week 6 against the Eagles at the Eagles. Your only home primetime game is Week 13 against the Patriots. They kind of hold you. The only upside is there's not going to be a lot of eyes on you. You steal one of those primetime games and then just play your ass off during the non-primetime games, you're going to get flexed at the end of the year in the primetime slots. If you're getting flexed, you're doing good. So it's a win-win. Either no one's going to see you lose or everyone's going to see you win. All eyes on me. You decide which one it is. You can steal one of those Chiefs or Eagles games, people are going to start looking at you different, especially at the Eagles right now. Week 6, division game in Philadelphia. Everyone believes you're going to lose. Prove them wrong. If you can do that by setting the tone against the Commanders and or the Cowboys, weeks 1 and 2, they're going to put some respect on your name for real.
Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on.
That's the schedule. That's it. Everything else, you know what you got to do. Win your division games. Make sure the Cowboys come last. That's it. That's all you got to do. They're going to do that themselves. You just got to ensure that it's not you falling behind them. So I wrote down a couple scenarios, things to target, things to avoid. Ride the hot hand of the quarterback that's winning. Don't be afraid to pull him if he sucks. And if Russ and Jameis can't figure it out, don't be afraid to start Dart. The only thing is, if you decide Dart has to start, you can't pull him. Can't destroy the kid's confidence.
No shit.
Yeah.
For 3 years, you've been clapping.
Don't be afraid to trade. Like I said, y'all need tight ends. Y'all need O-line. Y'all need a couple defensive pieces. Don't be afraid to pursue those. You have draft picks to get you some holes filled. Already went over this in the schedule. Only 3 primetime games, less pressure. The better you do, the more primetime games you'll get. Less people watching you. If you're not winning, more people watching you if you are. It's a win-win. Now I'm gonna say this for every team. Speak with your play, not your mouth. Don't give anyone any bulletin board material. You don't need anyone already gunning harder than they are for you, okay? And that's it. That's all it is. It's been me. My name is Barry. This is my first video. Probably not going to be my last because I'm kind of in too deep. Got the wall made and everything. But yeah, I don't do outros either. Have a good day.
You ever done anything dangerous? Oh, jeez. That is dangerous. I've done something like that too.